three important missions which the government of India has launched, and these are all focusing towards our nationally determined contributions as per our global pledge to the United Nations to achieve sustainability. And these three are the National Hydrogen Mission, the National Policy on Biofuels, and the FAME scheme. So you must have come across all these things very frequently in various forums and also in the literature as well. So National Hydrogen Mission is all about setting up the infrastructure for the green hydrogen. Even though there are some blue hydrogen as well, after sequestering the hydrogen which is produced from steam reforming of methane. But green hydrogen is something which the government is planning, which I'll be going to discuss with the setting of the green hub terminals at a few places in India, including Odisha, Paradip port, and also in Kerala, and a few more places are planned. Then the national policy on biofuels, because India is rich in the biomass and we have got a lot of agricultural wastes. So we have a potential to produce bioenergy, which is again a low carbon energy. And then obviously a lot of incentivization is being given to inducting the electrical vehicles as well. However, there are a few challenges with the electrical vehicles, which I'll be discussing during the presentation. So in the green hydrogen, actually, this is a very ambitious plan because India needs to develop a capacity which is already announced by the Planning Commission, the Niti Aayog, that 5 million metric tons of green hydrogen by 2030. It will also require 135 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity to be able to support this kind of an infrastructure, because green hydrogen requires electrolyzers which are then powered by renewable energy. And so accordingly, there is a lot of focus on devising policy initiatives and also mass production of electrolyzers to bring down the cost, because ultimately when we are talking about green hydrogen, we have to ensure that we are doing it at an affordable cost and ensuring the energy security as well. Then the global hub of production, there are a few states where, like for example, in Kerala and also in Odisha, where hubs are, these are all areas which is close to the coastline. And so India is also planning to even export green hydrogen, because these are also not only used for producing energy through fuel cells, but these are also used for producing of green ammonia, which is again another sustainable, to promote sustainable agriculture. Then biofuels, in fact, in 2025, this year itself, India has planned to achieve 20% blending of bioethanol with petrol to reduce vehicular emissions. And apart from that, these biofuels will also become a part of the co-generation through low carbon generation for our electricity requirement, and maximizing the use of our agricultural wastes and forest residues and other bio wastes, which can be turned into low carbon energy. Photovoltaics, we have also been doing some kind of implementation on floating solar also. NTPC has done it, where they have established a floating solar power plant. And then there is agrivoltaics, where agricultural pump sets are actually powered by solar cells, and then thin film solar panels which are flexible, lightweight, which can be actually easily, which can be portable also. Particularly this is for high altitude installations. And in 2000, so concentrated solar plant is another one which uses concentrating the solar to heat the water, and which is being used also in some places, and it is quite successful for the industrial heat as well as for domestic heating requirement. Perovskite is a material which is being used to enhance the efficiency of the solar panel, because as you know that we use normally polycrystalline and monocrystalline solar PV panels, but perovskite is a material which is said to be of of a material which can provide very high efficiency of the solar PV panels. And of course, one of the challenges is how to deal with the end of life. When the solar panels are towards the end of life, how to handle the e-wastes which are being generated. So, circular economy is another uh, important concept in the agenda of handling the e-waste which will be generated when the solar panels or the wind blades, are end of life. Then, when we are talking about biofuels, then there are we have a lot of agricultural wastes which can be converted, and it can also be a solution for the pollution which happens because of burning of the stubbles of the agricultural wastes. So, so there are different ways which with this which can achieve, and the bioethanol which can be produced, it can be blended with petrol to reduce the carbon emissions. So these are all in the pipeline, and I think there are policy directions which are already geared up to ensure that we have this capability to utilize this bioenergy as a potential fuel source. Then, once we are talking about all these things from the generation part, then ultimately it has to be exported to the grid. So grid integration will play an important part. Already, a lot of things have already been covered by our earlier speaker, Mr. Sanjeev Prasad, as well. So, some of the challenges that we face is about the frequency control, voltage control, load control. However, there are technologies in place. For example, the Advanced Distributed Management System (ADMS) and also SCADA, which basically collects all these grid parameters in the real time. And these are instantaneous electrical parameters like voltage, current, active power, reactive power, active energy, reactive energy, frequency, and analyzing all these things, plus also integrating the intelligence, the weather intelligence. That means whatever we get by way of our meteorological forecasts, which are integrated into our entire algorithms to ensure that we are integrating when all these renewable energy are integrated, we are ensuring that the balance of supply and demand is always met in order to make the grid stable. From the distribution side, we are already using certain mechanisms like when the voltage distribution voltage becomes high, we have on-load tap changers, and then if the reactive power is high, we have STATCOMs and synchronous voltage condensers. Then battery energy storage is something which will give a steady supply when we charge up the batteries when the solar generation or wind generation is higher, so that it can be used as a buffer. Because we need a certain baseline to be maintained in order to meet the grid demands and reduce the unpredictability of due to demand fluctuations. And similarly, there are different methods by which we do the load controls, and these are all microcontroller based, and in order to achieve the grid stability. So in the battery energy storage system, I have mentioned that it will be an important element in the entire ecosystem of energy transition, as long as we are charging the batteries using renewable energies, and it will be used for peak shaving, demand side management, grid stability, and by grid stability, the complete we are talking about the frequency regulation. You have heard about the challenges we had on the grid in August 2024, where frequency went high, and none of these generators were ready to shed their loads. So certain mechanisms have to be devised in order to ensure that the balancing and settlement are made based on the unscheduled interchange charges, and these mechanisms are also in place, and these are controlled by the system operators. So the green hydrogen, in fact, we already have a target of achieving 500 million metric tons of green hydrogen production capacity from 2030 onwards. So, which will definitely require electrolyzers capacity also. So to be able to supply this much of capacity of green hydrogen, and also the renewable energy is capacity, so that which can power the electrolyzers. So this is something which is definitely an important prospects for the future, where green hydrogen can be used for not just for getting power through fuel cells, but also for industrial heating, and also it can be stored and then transported also, and so that it can be it can be carried, and it can be shipped, piped, or transported under certain conditions, because this is green hydrogen is a highly inflammable gas, so it requires cryogenic conditions, and storage infrastructure is needed accordingly. Least we are talking about blockchain here because energy trading is now going to become more and more taking up a lead role in this, because we are having a lot of independent power producers. As a rooftop also, you will be interacting with the grid, you will be interacting to different consumers, and accessing data, accessing electricity, and sending out electricity through open access, which would also require say, cyber security. And blockchain is considered to be one of the cutting edge technology which will help in secure energy transactions, secure encryption of the energy data, and because these are all price sensitive, and this will help in ensuring that our prices are controlled.